What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with 3 reviews, you guys. So the first one up, I guess we'll do Love and Marriage Huntsville since I just finished that episode. So this is Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 4, episode 12, and the episode was titled, "What Do You Want to Do About It?" Alright, you guys, so before we go ahead and just jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and are not subscribed, I need you guys to do me that solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss Love and Marriage Huntsville, shall we? So, this episode picks up where it left off, you guys. You guys remember in the last episode that Kiki came in to Wanda's, food tasting. So when she came in, she sat down, she and Tisha, they talked to each other. It was a very awkward conversation that they were having with one another. And, Kiki was like, I called you, but you didn't answer me. Now, when Letitia said, how do you know? I was like, huh? I mean, the woman just said she called you and you didn't answer, but okay, it is what it is. But Tisha says, right now, I ain't even really talking to you in the first place. You guys, I got to turn this car on because it is hot out here today. So, yes, we got to do some air because I can't sit here and do that. So, yeah, they had this, she's like, she ain't talking to her. And honestly, when it comes to Letitia and Kiki, I really just wish it at this point that someone would just say what the fuck was said to Melody and Martell about Kiki, because that is an irritant. It is annoying as hell. The fact that y'all keep talking about the fact that Tisha said something to Melody and Martell, but y'all won't say what the hell it was. So, Tisha says that things have changed between she and Kiki because Kiki, she's cool with Mel, and she went and she didn't have the conversation with Mel about her behind her back. And she think that Tisha should have said, to Mel, you know what, my cousin is not here to defend herself. Let us not talk about that. And that is true. You could have done that, but like I said, we don't know because Kiki brings up the situation where they were going to Melody's and Martell's house for Christmas, and Marceau and Letitia told Melody and Martell something about Kiki. Once again, I just wish we would say what was said, so that way we could be like, okay, that's what I've heard. Now I've heard some rumors. People say that it was about them having bed bugs. Girl, if it is about the fact that you had bed bugs, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, you had bed bugs. Hopefully you got your house fumigated. Hopefully you burned the bed. Hopefully you did everything that you need to do to get rid of them. But if it's about bed bugs, that ain't that deep. That is not that deep. Is it embarrassing to say you got bed bugs? Absolutely. But is it deep? Not at all. You got bed bugs. You got bed bugs. What the fuck? So, not Tisha, but Kiki she keeps saying. Now I'm noticing a change in. I'm not saying that she's lying, but I'm noticing that her wording is switching. So, at one point she's saying that Letitia, I guess whatever the secret is, she told Letitia. Letitia then went back and told Marceau. So now she's saying Marceau is the one that told the Holtz. So is it Marceau and Letitia, or is it just Marceau, or is it Letitia that said it, or is it both Marceau and Letitia? That's where I'm getting confused at. That's where I'm confused at. Because Kiki is now saying that she's upset with Tisha because Tisha let Marceau bring up her business. Once again, like I said, I just wish we knew. Hopefully at the reunion, because I'm pretty positive Carlos is going to invite Kiki to the reunion. So hopefully at the reunion we can get the burning answers to these questions, because it just does. I just need to know what was said. If it was something to the extent that Kiki, and this is not me saying that this is true. I'm just giving a scenario, so don't get offended by anything that I say. This is a scenario. If it was a situation where Kiki was in a domestic abuse situation and they were like, her and her husband, they fight like cats and dogs. So I just want to let you guys know that there's a possibility that they could fight. Or if they got sticky fingers, Kiki got sticky fingers, you might want to watch your valuables. Something like that. Or Kiki got a drug issue. you might want to, keep, don't let her out of your sight, because she might go and sniff something. Just saying. If it's stuff like that the host needed to know, then I'm okay with it. But if if the girl had bed bugs, shit, I would tell somebody that. I would want you to know, like, hey, so my cousin is coming over to your house. Her house is nasty. Just want to let you know that right now. Her house it should be condemned by the state. And she got bed bugs. So if you see some bugs crawling around your house, just know they came from her. I can see that, but it is what it is. If we're not gonna say what was said, I'm gonna need it to die at this point. I'm just gonna need it to die down and go away. And then at one point, so mind you, they've said this was 5 years ago. Then I heard in this episode they said 10 years, 5, 10, 8 years ago. When was it? Because it's giving confusion to me. It's giving me confusion. I'm thoroughly confused. So the other thing that I'm confused about is with Kiki. The fact that Kiki, you're upset with Tisha, but just last year at Tisha's graduation party, you and the rest of the family was coming at Kimmy. So were you mad last year and not this? Were you mad last year and now? Like, what's what? Were you not mad last year and then you turned around and got mad this year? Like, it's just kind of confusing to me. But hey, it is what it is, you guys. So Bernard, at one point Bernard called Marceau a shit stirrer, and Marceau says, "Shut the fuck up, Bernard." And it's interesting to me that Miss Wanda, the person who always brings the mess, is mad that the mess has been brought to her. And I'm like, oh, you don't like it when the shit is brought to your doorstep, but you can take it to other people's doorsteps. Gotcha. Pot, please meet kettle. So Marceau, he's telling because Kiki's husband came over, so he's telling Kiki and her husband that Melody brought this stuff to them maliciously. I'm like, maliciously, but okay. So I have to agree with Kiki in one thing that she said. Do I believe that Melody is trying to destroy Tisha's marriage? Absolutely not. Do I think Mel is being, let's see, how do I want to phrase this? I don't think Mel wants to ruin her marriage. I don't think that. But it does kind of give misery loves company. That's what the vibe that it gives. It gives a misery loves company. It gives that. But let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. So next up, you guys, we see Kimmy. So Kimmy went over to Destiny's crib, and Kimmy hasn't saw Destiny since Jalen's housewarming party. So she says that she's just trying to get an understanding of the situation with Destiny and Stormy. And Destiny's like, prior to, me and Stormy was cool. Stormy was talking about me and my dad coming fishing on her at the lake at her house. We talked on the phone. We did this and we did that. So it was kind of interesting that when we got there, that it was an issue. I'm still kind of confused I know they were kind of going back and forth with one another, but it really didn't make any sense to me then and now, because Stormy was asking Destiny questions about the relationship between Destiny and Mel, but Mel was sitting right beside her. If my thing is with Stormy, if you really wanted to know what the beef is, you could have easily asked your friend, because your friend is sitting right there. You could have said, well, and you could have saw that Mel wasn't really trying to interact with Destiny. You could have said, well, Mel, you ain't really saying much, but like, what's the deal? What has she said? What has she done to you to make you feel this way? But that ain't what she was doing. You were grilling Destiny the entire time. Now, to defend Stormy at Jalen's housewarming party. Granted, what Destiny said in her interview, that is true. We do say sweetie a lot, sweetie, hun, and all that kind of stuff. We do say that is a southern thing, But there are also people, because I'm one of those people. I am, okay, Bird. I'm one of those people that I don't really like those pet nicknames. Like, I don't really like them. And some of you guys have done it in the comments. You call me honey, you call me sweetie. I don't mind. You guys, I don't mind that. It's like, if it's somebody that I ain't just that cool, if it's somebody that I don't really know, don't call me, oh, hey, hun. Hi, love. I don't like that. I don't know you. We don't have that kind of relationship. We don't have that kind of rapport. I don't like that. And I won't do it to a perfect stranger. I will not. I refuse to do that to someone that I do not know. Like, I absolutely refuse to. I do it to my best friend. I do it to my family. And that's it. That's it. Like, with my best friend, I call her Bestie Boo. That's it. But as far as a perfect stranger, I don't call them sweetie, hun. And in that context with Destiny and Stormy, Destiny, you were being condescending. You two were going at it with each other, and you calling her sweetie, that was very condescending. It was condescending. And going back to what I was just saying a minute ago, how I don't like it if someone that I don't know calls me sweetie and hun and all that stuff. I also do know that when I don't like I said, I don't like it. I really don't like it. But I'm not gonna be upset with I'm not gonna because there's a Waffle House that I go to, and there's this one young lady. The first time I went in there, she was like, "Hey, hun, how are you doing today?" I didn't say anything to her. I didn't say that it didn't make me uncomfortable. It was just like, hun. But and come to think of it, I actually kind of would prefer hun over sir, because sir just makes me feel so old. Like when I go to places and these young kids say, "Thank you, yes sir, no sir," I'm like, I'm not that old. I'm just 32. But it's a respect thing. I know. So, I mean, there are instances where you can say sweetie, honey, boo, and things of that nature. There are instances where you can say it and it doesn't come off in a condescending tone. But that tone that Destiny and Stormy Destiny was being condescending. So then they talk about the relationship between Destiny and Mel. I don't really know I don't know how I feel about the situation with Destiny and Mel. At this point, I feel like a lot has been said and a lot has been done on both sides. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't know, a lot of people would be like, but at the reunion, when Carlos asked, is Mel a good friend, and Destiny didn't answer, well, to be honest, she didn't have to answer. It would have been nice if she had said, well, the Mel that I know is a damn good friend. The Mel that I know is always there and always supportive of me. But maybe in that instance, that's not how she felt. And you can't get mad about that. That's her personal opinion. She could justify it by saying, well, Mel, I haven't talked to you in XYZ, and I just don't feel like right now you are, in this particular moment, I don't feel like you are a good friend to me. But have you been a good friend to me? Yes, but in this particular moment, I just don't get the friendship vibe from you. That could have easily been said, but it wasn't said, and here we are now. So, let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. Honestly, you guys, next up, let's talk about Tiffany and Louis. I can honestly do without these two. This storyline right here, I don't really care to talk about it. I don't really care to follow it. It's just it's blah. So you guys remember in last week's episode that Melody and Tiffany went to Utah. E-U-T-A-W. I'm still stuck on Utah. See, I literally went up the street. Okay. So now Tiffany is back and she's going to talk to Louis about it. So Tiffany is in her feelings because she said that Louis didn't ask her about how the trip was. Okay. So then she proceeds to tell him about how the trip was. Okay. Kind of bored, right? Very boring. Very boring. But that is Tiffany and Louis for you. I was like, I didn't really need to see this, did I? I didn't. But hey, it is what it is. Let's keep going. So next up, you guys, Martell and Melnika. So we see Martell and Melnika. They meet up and they're planning out this Atlanta trip for the guys. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go. I mean, y'all are fresh off of the last Atlanta trip where Dolphin Mouth was there and the linebackers. And like I've said before, if they're a linebacker, what are you? A whole ass wide receiver? You're just spreading it wide to receive Martell's dick and semen? Exactly. So you want to call those, and I know she was calling those women linebackers because of their probably because they're bigger, they're big women. But girl, like I said, you're a whole. I know linebacker is not how I described it, but I'm saying that I'm not linebacker, wide receiver. I'm using wide receiver because she spreads her legs wide. She spread her legs wide for a whole married man and received what she got. But yeah. So Melnika's telling him what she wants to do. I think she was talking about she wants to have like a cardboard cutout of something of him. How many bottles of wine should he have? Because there's going to be 30 people there. She's like, okay, we'll have 30 bottles there. So is it a bottle per person? Child, I don't know. I don't care. She's going to get a mansion. I don't care. So yeah, you guys, that's all I got from Melnika and Martell. Oh, also, they have ordered Martell's books. Sir, I really hope you pass this test this time. But I just don't feel that Martell really wants to pass the test. Because if you can work your way around getting that, if you can do business with people who have the license, then what incentive does he have to get it? None. And he won't get it. But let's pause here, you guys, and move. Actually, you guys, let's pause here and wrap up the episode. So Marsau and Letitia, they sit down with each other, and Marsau tells Letitia that the food truck is a no. And I agree with Marsau. I really do. Wanda hasn't proven a concept at this point. She has. I mean, does she have have you done a test market? Is this a viable business? I don't know if Ms. Wanda has proven that this is a viable business. But I think that food truck is open now. But I don't know how long it's gonna be open. With the food that I've saw, it looks disgusting. So he wants her to do an actual business plan. So then they have a conversation. Letitia, I don't understand how you don't see it, or maybe you do see it and you just don't really care. But the way that Marsau talks to you sometimes, he talks to you as if you are a fucking fool. Listening to him talk to that woman in that scene, I was just like, girl, you look stupid. You look stupid because listen to the words that he's saying to you. Listen to what he's saying to you. You're telling him to give you a straightforward answer. He's telling you don't bring stuff to him that I don't know what he said exactly, because when it comes to Marsau, when he's talking to Letitia, I tune him out because I'm like, it's a form of gaslighting, it's a form of manipulation, it's a form of everything under the sun, and I tune him out because I'm like, what you will not do is talk in circles, and I'm gonna have to sit here and you can talk in circles to her, but I'm not listening to it. So I literally always tune Marsau out whenever, because the thing, like I said, he talks in circles, he talks in riddles, he gaslights her. He talks to her as if she's an idiot. It's just so much stuff with him. And then he never answers a question because he likes the game of cat and mouse. She plays it with him. I don't, and I'm not going to play it with Marsau. So Melody and Kimmy, they went out to eat. Now Kimmy, I like you, but girl, what the hell are you doing? You talking about you want to get Mel and Destiny back on the same track. They are not even in the same damn station. So when you talk to Destiny, that conversation with Destiny alone should have let you know that this friendship might be kaput, but you want to have a conversation about it. Okay, I guess I could have done without it, but whatever. And then lastly, you guys, the guys are getting ready to head to Atlanta. I just would not go on no trip with Martell. I wouldn't trust him. Martell is a sneaky snake, and I wouldn't trust the motherfucker as far as I can throw him. Period, point blank. I just wouldn't trust him. And then next week they're gonna get there and it's gonna be nothing but women at the wine tasting. Okay, you dirty dog. Dirty Dan. Like, yeah, I really wouldn't trust Martell as far as I can throw him, because I'm pretty sure Dolphin Mouth wouldn't be too far behind. I'd be like, oh, no. I'm out of here. Sorry, buddy. Gotta go. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications, you guys. Share the video. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.